how to go back to the Philippines during this time. Who are allowed to enter the Philippines right now? Do I need a negative swab test result before flying? Can we share rooms if we are traveling as a family? Hey guys, what's up? It's Kimpoy. Welcome back to another vlog. So our video today is going to be very informative because I've been receiving a lot of questions about how to go back to the Philippines during this time. Alam naman natin na maraming restrictions ngayon about traveling and marami naman ang gusto pa rin umuwi sa Pilipinas. So if you guys are overseas and you wanna know more about going back to the Philippines during this pandemic, I keep on watching. But before we start, I just want to remind everyone that this is based on my experience and pwedeng yung mga na-experience ko ay different kasi syempre, di ba, we are in different situations, we live in different destinations, so probably they will require you more or less than what I was required, if you get what I mean. Let's start. First question is, who are allowed to enter the Philippines right now? So, this is a little bit complicated kasi syempre, di ba, maraming mga restrictions kung sino ang mga pwedeng lumipad at pumasok sa Pilipinas ngayon. So, I don't really wanna discuss one by one, but I found a document posted on Facebook by Ninoy Aquino International Airport Facebook page. So, I'll just be providing the link in the description. So, i-check nyo yan kasi baka mamaya hindi pala kayo pwedeng pumasok ng Pilipinas ngayon. So, ang mga allowed ay Filipino residents and citizens, previous Filipino nationals, dual citizens, and marami pang iba. So, make sure muna na i-check nyo kung pwede kayo because baka mamaya ay hindi kayo pwede. First thing that you want to do if you want to go back to the Philippines is syempre, find and book a flight. I mentioned this because not all airlines are flying to the Philippines and not all destinations are allowed to enter the Philippines. So, marami mga restrictions. So, search nyo muna kung may available na flight from your country before kayo ma-excite kasi baka mamaya na-excite kayo tapos hindi naman pala kayo pwedeng pumasok because of the restrictions sa border and all that. 2, kapag nakabook na kayo ng flight nyo, you have to book an accommodation. This is a new rule ng Department of Health and Department of Tourism na kailangan ay mag-book kayo ng sarili nyong hotel, and yes, you have to book it yourself, you have to pay for it, and it has to be confirmed before pa kayo lumipad ng Pilipinas. So, before kayo mag-landing, kailangan confirmed na, bayad na itong hotel nyo. If you are an OFW, exempted kayo dito because the government pays for your swab test, your accommodation, and your food during your quarantine. So, hindi nyo kailangang mag-book if you are an OFW. Pero, if you are not an OFW, yeah, you really have to book your own accommodation. You have to have a proof that you really booked it. Make sure you have a copy on your phone. I-screenshot nyo siya. Remember that you have to pay for your own quarantine, and of course the rates, kung magkano. May mga nagtatanong kasi sa akin kung magkano daw yung average. Of course, it depends on the hotel na pwede nyong piliin, and this is where I'm gonna be providing another link sa description box on the accredited hotels na pwede nyong pagstayan dahil hindi lahat ng hotel ay pwede nyong pagstayan. So make sure na yung hotel na bubukan nyo, before you book a hotel ay accredited ng DOH and Department of Tourism yung hotel nyo as a quarantine facility kasi hindi pwede na basta-bastang hotel lang. You have to book a minimum of 6 nights and 7 days na accommodation. Sabi kasi nila may mga nalilito na dati daw bakit mga 2 days lang, and that was before. Ngayon, this is the latest update that you have to book 6 nights and 7 days. On the 5th day, noon tayo isa-swab. Hindi na nire-require yung swab test sa airport. So, it changed na. Isa na lang yung required na swab test na negative before they allow you out of the quarantine, and ipapagpatuloy nyo yung 7 days sa bahay. If you guys don't have a hotel, tapos nag-land kayo sa Philippines, you will not be allowed to enter the Philippines, and sabi nila doon, isasakay ka nila sa next plane pa uwi. So, i-deport ka nila pag wala kang accommodation na binook. Yung transportation naman, going to the hotel quarantine dito is arranged also by the hotel. So, kausapin nyo yung hotel nyo kung paano yung maging arrangement nyo pag land nyo dahil sila din yung mag-aasikaso nun dahil bawal ang sumundo na relative, bawal ang mga kaibigan, bawal yung mga ganon. So, kailangan arranged by the hotel. Okay, so may question dito na, can we share rooms if we are traveling as a family? It depends again on the quarantine facility. So, you have to ask your hotel before you book sa kanila. Kasi sometimes nakapag magkapatid or if you are in the same bubble, pwede kayo magstay sa isang rooms. But there were cases na hindi pinapayagan, kailangan isa-isa. So, make sure, kausapin nyo yung hotel nyo, message them on Instagram or send them an email before you book kasi baka mamaya isa lang yung binook nyo na room tapos family kayo tapos hindi pala kayo pinayagan, so that's gonna be a problem. So make sure na before you book, coordinate with your hotel. So next one that you have to do, register for E-CIF online, which means electronic case investigation form. So everyone entering the Philippines kailangan i-fill up to, even OFW. So everyone kailangan sagutan to, and this will track everyone entering the Philippines, and this registration will link to your swab test. So, hindi kayo makapag-swab test kapag wala kayo nitong E-CIF. And once you have completed the form, merong ibibigay sa inyo na retrieval code. You have to take note of that kasi hihingin yan sa inyo sa airport, and make sure na you screenshot it or save it if you guys can print it. I-print nyo din kasi kailangan nyong i-present to sa airport, and I'll be providing a link again in the description kung saan nyo i-fill up yung E-CIF na sinasabi ko. And then, once na you have filled up your E-CIF, you can now pay for your swab test. Ito, very important kasi you have two choices. You can pay for it online or you can pay for it sa airport. But the thing about paying for it sa airport, you have to pila. O, konyo. Kailangan yung pumila pa. So, that's an additional time na makukonsume sa airport. So, make sure na bayaran nyo na lang if you can. Sa online, ako binayaran ko na siya sa online. So, I didn't really have problems na. You can save a lot of time. You can pay for your swab test using your credit card, GCash, and GrabPay, and per swab test is 4,000 pesos each. So if you are a family, 4,000 pesos each swab test. And I'll be providing a link in the description again kung paano kayo makapagbayad ng swab test. And again, kailangan meron muna kayo ng E-CIF before kayo makapagbayad ng swab test. Kasi kailangan yung code nyo, yung retrieval code nyo dun sa swab test para ma-link nila yon. And my question dito na, do I need a negative swab test result before flying? Well, it depends. Ako, I wasn't required coming from Australia. Hindi requirement yung negative swab test. Really, it depends on your port of exit sa country nyo or your airline na sasakyan nyo. Sometimes yung airline, nire-require nila na mag-take ka muna ng negative before you board your flight. Pero ako, it wasn't required, and entering the Philippines, hindi rin siya required kasi ang ino-honor ng Philippines ay yung swab test na gagawin nila on your 5th day of quarantine, if that makes sense. So, hindi mo pwede sabihin na negative naman ako, I don't really have to quarantine. No, you still have to quarantine, and you need to take it sa 5th day ng quarantine mo. So, next naman is on your flight. Before your flight, you have to have a face mask and face shield kasi before you board your plane, kailangan nakasuot na yung face shield nyo. Diba? Sa ibang countries, hindi nire-require yung face shield. But sa Philippines, kailangan yung face shield, and from your destination pa lang going to Manila, your last flight, kung nagta-transit kayo, you have to wear your face shield na. So, during the flight, you're wearing your face shield. So, make sure you purchase and bring one with you before you even arrive at the airport. Once na naka-board na kayo going to Manila, you have to complete a health declaration card and arrival card na ibibigay naman sa inyo during the flight. And you have to fill this out before you land sa Manila para hindi na kayo matagalan. And when you arrive in Manila, you will be asked to present your health declaration card. Tapos pipila ulit kayo. They will take your temperature. Kapag okay, diretso na kayo to another pila. Doon nyo na ipepresent yung hotel nyo, yung binayaran nyo na swab test. So, maraming pila. So, make sure na nasagutan nyo yung E-CIF nyo. You've paid for your swab test para dire-diretso na. May mga cases na sinasabi nila umaabot doon ng mga 4 hours after you land, maghihintay. Hindi naman always. Just make sure na ready yung mga documents nyo. I think yung sa akin, saglit lang ako doon. I was probably 1 hour lang inside the airport after we landed kasi konti lang yung mga Filipinos coming from Singapore. But if you're coming from US or Canada or kung saan maraming Filipino sa flight nyo, probably it will take longer pero it's not that bad naman, and they're very helpful sa airport if you require car assistance. So don't worry guys, tutulungan nila kayo dun sa airport. Then, after nyo ma-present yung hotel nyo and you've paid for your swab test, na-present mo na rin yun, then you go to the immigration as usual. You present your visa or anything that allows you to enter the country, like parang normal na, and then you go to your luggage, collect your luggage. After mo ma-collect yung luggage mo, there will be a Coast Guard assisting you na hanapin yung sundo mo. Kasi hindi talaga pwedeng may sundo. Yung mga usually iniikutan ng mga sasakyan, nakatayo lang dun yung mga drivers with your name. Tapos, i-make sure nung Coast Guard na siya yung susundo sa'yo to make sure na diretso ka talaga sa quarantine. When you arrive at the hotel, that's when the 7-day of quarantine starts. On our 5th day, we get swabbed. Ako, hindi pa ako nasa swab dahil it's only my 3rd day dito sa Philippines. And if you get a negative result, that's when they allow you out of the quarantine to continue sa bahay nyo for another 7 days. For OFWs, again, reminder that everything will be paid by the government. So you don't have to worry about booking your accommodation, your food, and don't worry about your transportation kasi yung OWA and the government will take care of that. But I think meron kayo mga iba pang documents na kailangan yung i-fill up. So yeah, I think that's all that I can share with you guys. Make sure you check the links na ipoprovide ko dito sa baba because it's very, very important. Actually, you guys are very lucky dahil nilagay ko na dito lahat para sa inyo. Hindi na kailangang hanapin. But still, do your research and good luck. Magkita na tayo dito sa Philippines. Good luck with your flight. Have a safe trip. And kung meron pa kayong mga ibang vlogs na gusto nyo gawin ko, just comment down below. And I'll see you guys on my next vlog. Ang dami ko nasabi. Bye guys.